There's something about dragging your two best friends out of bed at 3 a.m. to catch the first flight to Paris that's, well, it's chaotic. It's definitely chaotic. But also weirdly not. Like, we were all sleep deprived, a little loopy, running on fumes, and the cheapest coffee in the airport. But at the same time, completely full of this weird, giddy energy. It's like, we're actually doing this. We're going to Paris for the day. We all have work in the morning. It's the kind of crazy you can only do with your best friends.
This is my job, to make you feel confused. Oh, I broke her. Perform. You keep performing.
Backtrack a little. This whole thing started with me making a promise to myself. I was going to travel more. Go to the places and do the things I've always dreamed of. No more waiting for plans to make it out of the group chat. I decided I was going to go solo if I had to, my absolute worst fear. I was going to be spontaneous, embrace the adventure. But it turns out, when you make crazy, impulsive plans, like a day trip to Paris, your best friends will match your crazy and impulsively decide to tag along. I've been to Paris a few times, so for this trip I only had one goal: to see the catacombs, which if you know me, you know is very on brand. Finally, I had the chance to see them. Not only that, but I got to share my fascination with my friends. It's always more fun experiencing something you love with the people who would tolerate your crazy. But I think they got a kick out of it.
It's just a regular day at work for you, is it?
Okay, so we just finished in the catacombs. Review from a history/English teacher.
I liked it. I just think I just want a bit more information about what was going on.
Fair. Social media expert, YouTuber. That's your job title.
Thank you. I thought it was very interesting, actually. It made me slightly overwhelmed, to be perfectly honest with you, though I am prone to being over-emotional as a human being.
That's fair.
I am
That's
a social media person. Our job is to be dramatic about things. So, no, it was very interesting. I think people should go. Do not draw on the skulls, you degenerates.
There were multiple skulls with drawings on them. Or like carved into them.
Why can't I touch the bone?
Because you can't, you idiot. You're told no.
Honestly, just having the one goal for the day, it was kind of liberating. It meant that the rest of the day was wide open, a blank canvas for, well, whatever kind of chaotic, sleep-deprived, manic, laughter-filled adventure Paris decided to throw at us. So we headed straight for the Eiffel Tower, croissants, baguettes, and cheese in hand. We sat in the late autumn sun, looking up at this ridiculous iron monstrosity, laughing at the fact that somehow this was our life. We were in Paris, eating lunch under the Eiffel Tower. There were 3 elderly women picnicking nearby. We watched them for a while, imagining what their story was, and deciding that this is us in 40 years. Still travelling, still causing chaos in foreign countries. And what girl's trip is complete without a little impromptu shopping? Skye decided she had to swap her shoes out for Uggs, and Eva suddenly needed a new pair of jeans, which naturally resulted in us getting separated and lost in the mall. It was total chaos, because somehow I ended up in charge of wrangling us all back together, just in time to get to the airport. Or so I thought. See, I may have gotten the times a little wrong, and we ended up at the airport an hour later than we should have. But it was a Ryanair flight, so there were obviously delays. It all worked itself out in the end. And just like that, we were leaving Paris. After 12 hours and a whirlwind of memories, we had one unforgettable trip.